Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the competitors in the market and how our course compares. So if you do a Google search for online photography courses, and I encourage you to do so, generally you'll find that there's three main photography providers that come up. So the first one there is probably going to be our main competitor, the Photography Institute. So they're quite fairly well known, and they've been around for a long time. They operate in a number of different countries. And the second one there is the CATC Design School that have photography courses, but also have courses in interior design and graphic design as well. And then you'll be pleased to see that the third ad there is the Open Colleges photography course. So we are certainly involved in the photography marketing. So I'll start with a bit of an in-depth analysis on the Photography Institute. They run a course called the Course in Professional Photography, and these guys, like I said, are probably going to be our main competition. Students who find our course are likely to compare our course with the Photography Institute. And so on their website they list a number of selling points and a number of things that they say make them stand out in the market and essentially are reasons why you should buy their course. And I've gone through and looked at every one of those selling points and in a bit more detail. So the first claim that they make is that their course is a cutting-edge online course. The reality is they have, I think, 12 or 14 modules that you need to study, and every module is a 50-page plus PDF reading. So that's all you get. They're the course materials, 50-page PDFs. And included in those are the assignments. So there's no video content, there's no engaging learning activities. The actual taking of photos is fairly limited. So you need to read your 50-page PDF in the first module to even get to the end, which is where the first assignment is that says, now take some photos. And there's a lot of reviews of the Photography Institute online that say that the course material is really dull and that it's quite boring and to be honest, a bit of a rip-off when you consider what you're paying for, when you can get a lot of similar things from textbooks. So we'll go into that on the next slide. They also claim in their material that the course is a diploma. This is obviously incorrect because their course is not nationally recognised and it's not accredited under the AQF. So, so while they say you see it on the, you can see it on the front of the course brochure there. Anybody can call their course a diploma, but it's not a nationally recognised diploma. So I'm sure there's plenty of students who get fooled by that. So important for us to know that while they're claiming they're offering a diploma course in photography, that's actually incorrect. The third selling point they have is their accreditation through the International Accreditation Recognition Council, or IARC. Now the reality about this accreditation is that this is not recognised in Australia, not by the Australian government or by the Australian Council of Private Education and Training, which is ACPET, of which Open Colleges is a member. So we're a member of ACPET, and ACPET does not recognise this accreditation. Essentially it doesn't mean anything. Any institution, whether they're an RTO or not, can be accredited with IRC. You just need to pay the fee of $330. And if you look at the IARC website and you look at the kinds of institutions that are listed as members, you know, a lot of them are are not very reputable institutions. So this accreditation is really worth nothing. The fourth selling point they have is that they claim to offer 24-hour student support, which, you know, that's a pretty amazing claim. Yeah, via email. So the claim there is that you'll get 24-hour support because you can send an email at any time of the day, and they'll respond to you, within a few days. There's no phone number, so you can't call them. And there's plenty of mixed reviews about the response times that the photographers, the trainers, give you for that. So I think that's a fairly misleading claim to claim 24 hours of student support. The fifth one there is that they claim that that students will get a discount on Adobe products. I looked into this, and this is incorrect. to get the Adobe discount as a student, you must be enrolled in an education institution that offers nationally recognized qualifications. So you can see there's more information there at the link below, the Adobe link below. And you know, the Photography Institute does not issue nationally recognized qualifications. Open Colleges does. So any Open Colleges student will get the student discount, but any Photography Institute student won't. Now, we also asked them why, whether it was essential to use Photoshop in their course, which is what they recommend. And their answer was very confusing. They said Photoshop is not compulsory, but it is recommended. Otherwise, you can just use your generic computer software. And that sort of said to me they're not actually teaching you anything about how to manipulate your images, how to edit your images. They're simply just saying go open Photoshop, edit image, and post it to a forum. And then they also claim a 7-day money-back guarantee, which is the same policy as Open Colleges with our cancellation policy. Also, I should have mentioned, if you want more information about the IARC accreditation, there's another link to an article in the Australian newspaper about these guys. So here I have just some reviews of the Photography Institute. So you can read those about how people, basically they're saying for what you pay for, you get PDFs and they're fairly underwhelmed by the course material. So you can read both of those on Whirlpool, and if you click through to that Whirlpool link, you will see some positive reviews there. So I've pulled out the ones the negative one, and then there's also a photography magazine that has basically done the course and given a review on every module. So they were saying that the course material is quite tedious, quite boring, a lot of reading that isn't relevant for the assignments that you have to do. Overall, the cost of the course seems expensive, and I feel the course could have been copied from photography